Yo, what up, everybody? I thought I'd drop in on this topic of how skate's doing and whatnot. Um, I've seen a whole lot of stuff. I've seen a whole lot of different opinions. Like skate's doing well. This is a huge update. Like it's a good thing. I thought I'd drop my own opinion because I'm kind of half and half in the whole situation. So first off, let me just say that I understand where everybody's coming from. And there's no bias against anybody or anyone's opinions. They have their own right to their own opinions. So I just want to start that off. And I do want to say that I think with the whole Grom Island being added, that's huge because they've expanded on that. And I will say I did buy it because I didn't feel like waiting until April because I'm impatient and I wanted something new. And like I don't play as much as everybody else, so it's like, I'd find my spots. I'm not one to like when my friend Gon ASF does, like he does all these custom like item drop spots. Like I'm more grounds on. That's how I am. I enjoy that more. I still go for like backflips and stuff, like, which isn't really like, I'm like half and half. Like I'll do drop my own stuff down if I find the need to, but I'm not for full realism. I'll say that. So with the whole Grandma Island being added, I thought that was a huge. And the fact that it was behind like the paywall of like being, oh, you gotta buy the skate pass. I thought that was fine. I think that's fine. It's early access to it, and it's not like no one will be able to get to it unless you pay for it. So it'll eventually come to everybody else. Everyone will be able to go to it. So it's not a huge deal, I feel. I think the only issue and probably the only uptake for a lot of people is probably the fact that it's over a month wait if you do not want to buy the skate pass, which I understand if people don't want to buy the skate pass. Like I understand not everyone has the money for it. But here's also another hot take. It's like, this is a company that released a free game, right? Skate is a free game. It's an online service. And if you compare this to like Skate 3, those are hard copies. So you can play that offline, online. You don't have to pay for things. You've already paid for the game. And everything that's in it is set in stone, pretty much. Unless they do like a small update. In which I don't think there ever was. There might have been for some bugs for online, but for the most part, I think it was like very untouched. So the fact that it was behind a paywall doesn't really bother me. Just the fact that the wait for like early access, which I think it's way too long. I think it should have been like 2 weeks of like early access if you bought the skate pass. Like that's my opinion, is like it should have been 2 weeks. Because that's fair. That's a fair time to give, like, the people who bought the skate pass to like have their fun with it. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's not a huge deal if like players have to wait for it. And then like I've seen like, oh, you have to use your in-game credits to go to Grom. That's not a huge deal. You go and do a challenge, you get enough points to go to the island, and you can do that infinitely. So it's not a huge deal, right? but it's really just the early access for Skate Pass users for the amount of time they have. They have an entire month, over a month, because mathematically, I think it's like a month and like 3 days. And that's a long time for like early access to something like that. And which I don't think is fair to all the other players who don't want to pay. So that's my opinion on that. But on to the next subject of like how Skate is like the community maps, like here, like I will say the community maps have been really boring. They're not like I've done all the challenges for the community maps earlier. I gotta say, like, this is probably the better one out of all of them, and still it's not that good. It feels very thrown together. Like, you have these lines feel very thrown together, and the flow of it doesn't feel very like systematic. It doesn't feel like it should. It feels very, let me put it this way, it feels very claustrophobic. Everything's close. Like, you have like the thing in the back for like the challenge, and you have to ollie up to like the ramp and then ollie up again. Like, it's just very, why? Like, that's already a step up. Why do you need to make it a step up to the ramp for the step up? I don't know. It just feels weird to me. Just having to do that. It just, the flow is all off. Like, the design on it is not very good. Like, you know, like, theme wise, St. Patrick's Day, I think it's whatever, you know, it's something special, I guess, but just a little more like creativity should go into it, and a little more flow. Like, I mean, there is creativity, it's just not, it's more like St. Patrick's, you've got like cool designs, it's green, you know, but like it's very basic for creativity. And then you have like, oh, what's it? The Hedgemont, like, community park. Like, I thought it was interesting. They went with like a cobra, like, and it's like, I will say, it's an interesting one. You know, it reminds me of like old school, like, bowls, like early or like late 80s, early 90s type bowls, you know? Like, it's not a quarter pipe. They're rounded. They're humps, as they would be called. You know, it's just it's a flowy bowl, old school style. You know, I kind of dig that. You know, it's a sick design. I like it. Just, there's nothing there. It's bland. It's just that. And for the challenges there, you have to do laps around the thing. You know, I found that very boring. It's just, you know, it's just like you didn't incorporate the whole thing. You used 2 challenges to force me to go throughout the whole park just to experience it. It was just very boring. It was very unenthusing. Like, these parks, like, just don't feel, they feel bland. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like they should have a little more ingenuity into them. Wow, the game is lagging hard. Okay. It's just, and then like they, like you could add something new to the map. Like I know they added like that garage to, sorry, I don't even know where, but it's like, it's like you could, it's a gap. That's pretty much it. It's a whole gap. And that's the only enticing thing about like that new add. It was like they added a garage to a building, and that was it. It was nothing else. And like, I mean, I'm not even sure if like anyone else has had this issue, but especially for this challenge right here, I wasn't able to complete it because for some reason I would do all the challenges in it and collect all the bearings, you know, under the time, and it wouldn't finish. It wouldn't give me everything for some reason. I do the dark slide, I do the 3 flip tricks to manual, the 3 rainbow fucking grinds. It's just, and it wouldn't complete it. So I don't know if anyone else has had that issue or it's just me, but that definitely needs some fixing from EA. I think they should change the skate pass so like people actually have access to it sooner. I think that would be, I think that would actually change like the whole community. I think everyone would actually give them some slack because like, why wait? Wait? Why make everyone wait so long for something that was already inconvenient? You know? And like, I would like to see Skate add like, not just like these throwdowns, you know? I would like to see like them to add like, you know, challenges, like play your friend in a game of Skate, you know, instead of like these throwdowns. Like, let's see, like what throwdowns do we have? Throwdowns, like you have, that's it, Skate Jam. That's it, Skate Jam. That's all I see. Like, can we, like, let's add Skate, you know? Let's add like some of the stuff from like Skate 3, like Spot Jam, or like all these other stuff. Instead of like all this repetitive stuff, like you have like follow the bearings. Like, yeah, there was stuff like that in like Skate 3, but it was more of like along the lines of follow the skater, you know? So it's the same concept, but just like they changed it up a little bit. Like add Skate, you know? That's an old classic. Like people would love that. Like that would be a huge ad, but you know, until then, we just have to wait and see and see what they do. You know, it's still technically early access. You know, so no, they're still working on stuff, finishing touches. So. I'll end the video here and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.